Good day, everyone. I'm Emer Piroaya, a doctor of business management, major information systems. Today, I'll be talking about the iterative model. So, iterative model, it's the process that starts with a simple implementation of a small set of software requirements and iteratively enhances evolving versions until the complete system is implemented and ready to be deployed. An iterative lifecycle model does not attempt to start with a full specification of the requirements. Instead, development begins by specifying and implementing just part of the software, which is then reviewed to identify further requirements. This process is then repeated, producing a new version of the software at the end of each iteration of the model. An iterative model is also called an incremental model. The project is break into small modules which can be delivered. A working version of the software is produced during the first module. So each subsequent release of the module adds functionality to the previous stages. So the process continues till the complete system is achieved. So model is very successful with working with a new technology. So the illustration shows the process of the iterative model. So it start with the requirements, design, testing, and release and maintenance. So released one, that is considered as released one, that is considered as the version 1 of the software. If ever there will be some changes or there are some updates of the software, so it will go back to the start where it starts with the requirements again, designing, testing, and release 2 or considered as the version 2 of the software. So afterwards, until it starts with the requirements again, designing, testing, and release and maintenance. So it's a cycle, it's an iterative cycle, pero it starts with the requirements itself based on kung ano yung nakikita mong problema sa previous version. So ibabalik naman uli yun sa requirements, then go to the designing, then testing, and release and maintenance until it will come up with a complete system. So this illustration shows the flow of the iterative model. Okay, there are some advantages of using the iterative model. The first one is quick software release during early phases of the software lifecycle. So, looking back at the image before, so there's a quick software release during the early phases of the software lifecycle. The next advantage is less costly to change requirements as compared to other models. Mas lesser yung changes kasi medyo na-refine na yung need ng customer. So the third one is easier to develop and test when iterations are small. So small iterations, so makikita agad yung saan yung problema on the software process. The fourth one is customer can give his feedback quickly. So, because of just a small iterations lang, so makikita agad ni customer or ng user kung saan yung problema or saan yung i-update or saan yung kulang sa software. The fifth one is more than one iteration can be going parallel at the same time. So, more than one iteration. So, if ever this version 1 and version 2, so capable po niyang isasabayin yung pag-iterate niya sa software. So, if there are changes, so makikita agad parallel yung problema, then simultaneously masosolve agad because in a small iteration, unlike sa other models. And also, if there are advantages on the iterative model, so we have also disadvantages. Ano po ito? So, the disadvantages is comparatively more resources are required. So, kailangan talagang maraming resources ang kailangan. So, pera, tao, so yan sa mga resources. The next is skilled manager is needed to manage, otherwise project costing is increased. So you need the project manager talaga na mag-manage ng flow ng system ng software. To do analysis design, tapos na ba si analysis to design. So meron talagang nag-overhead ng project manager. Next is cost is higher than waterfall model. Bakit siya? Compared to the waterfall model is one way lang siya, one shot lang talaga gagawin, then release. Unlike dito, there are different releases of the software. So medyo costly talaga siya. Different programmers and different analysts are using this iterative model. Because of its, so sabi pa nila, it could develop and test iteration in a small makikita mo yung problem. Pero medyo costly lang siya. So, that's all for today and thank you for listening. This is Imer Piroaya.